do what I did and press both on. So, good evening, guys. So, obviously, today, yes, is a Monday, but because of the RGJ once a month patron stream tomorrow, that's why I'm doing it tonight, because I'm not going to stream two different things in one night. But I thought I've got to get regular with this. Oh, no, it's on here. That's what's playing. Although I have turned my silent, so it is working. So, Paul Woods, good evening to you, darling. And Brian, very good evening, darling. I know you really like this because it's such a difference, isn't it? So, we also have a new camera. We used it on Saturday, didn't we? But it's amazing what you can see with it. So, hopefully it's going to be a much nicer view for you guys as well watching. I have set it to zoom in a bit, but I can bring it away if needed. But it's focusing fantastically on what I'm drawing. So at least then you guys get the close-ups and you're not having to watch it from further away. So very good evening to Paul and Bright. And I know we have we have a couple that are going to be lurking. So good evening to the lurkers as well. Oh, that's come through really quick. It's emailed straight away. RGJ, it doesn't. So, if I do the flipsy already. Leave that alone. No, I don't think I'm going to put the light on that actually. Because it doesn't need it. So as you can see, we get a heck of a difference with this camera. It really does change it. And there's where that blending stump went. So a heck of a difference for you guys to actually see what I'm drawing. But I think I'm just going to crack on then. And make a start. The music set up as always. Is sound and everything coming in okay? Like Rob lurking in the background. Yeah, he is actually, but he is going to head upstairs. So he just wanted to make sure that it was set up this time and went live properly, didn't you, dear?
Yeah.
I was just impatient. That's all it was. That is exactly what it was, is I pressed it too soon and hello snowy. I was saying soon and snowy in the same sentence there. So let me get the playlist on as well, and then you can let me know that it's a-okay. Wherever I put it. Just gotta find it.
It's not the YouTube music, is it?
Yeah, but it's not that one. I ended up doing a second. Oh, come draw with me, I named it. And I've just seen Richard's commented he can't. Oh, upwards and up well and onwards. Good evening, sweetheart. Lovely to see you, as well as David Narkey. Hi, guys. So I'm just getting the music and everything set up now. Obviously, as you can see, we have a big difference with the camera tonight. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get multi-stream set up. We've been on the ferry today and Rob tried to have a quick look just before, but it needs a bit more into it. So hopefully this week we can take a look at it, and hopefully from next week multi-stream, which I know doesn't really affect you guys too much, but hopefully it means I can build that one again, because that is very much, if you do not go live on there, you lose it. And there's also a few of the followers that now go live themselves as artists.
SpongeBob, you gotta ask.
You didn't mean to do that, did you?
No, sorry.
Copyright strike. But I can't get over that camera. It's amazing, isn't it? Wow. So I'm just saying, wow, there's a trend apparently going on, guys, and it's... They're kids, they shouldn't be doing stuff like that. So please do let me know on volume as well. Obviously I use this for things like YouTube and that when we're away at work, so the volume can sometimes be a little bit out of what I set it.
No, down.
Sorry.
Down.
Down?
Yeah.
Okay. Not sure they'll let us know if it's too loud, but it is away from the microphone now, isn't it? So just let me know if you don't mind, guys, before we start. And then that way I can just leave it playing.
Leave it to it.
I'll catch you in a bit.
Okay.
Oh, I need to close it, don't I? Duh. So the only thing is where we've not been here today is a little bit chilly in here. But it is very slowly warming up. Brian, your video and your vloggers are those pretty ones you like. For some reason the comments weren't coming through. Let's get started on where we're actually going to draw. Because the only thing I found is I don't think you can increase the zoom once you're on. So I can just move it about just to get it where I need. And that's very bright white and makes it look like it's photoshopped, isn't it? But how much better is that, guys? It's amazing, isn't it? Let me try and straighten this. Ah, there we go. For some reason the camera is, I've had to like twist it tonight, so it's kind of backwards, but I think that actually works really well. I don't know about you guys. Oh, are you doing your bloopers again? Bri, that was funny last month. You got pressure really to do it again? No, I'm happy with how that looks actually. That gives you guys a really good view, I think. So we're just going to continue darkening things. I'm going to bring it a bit closer to me actually, so just bear with for a second, guys. I wasn't sat down properly, so it's a bit too far away there. Just let me get this in a position. Yeah, I was going to say, this month you probably have got more bloopers for me than anyone else. Because let's be honest, it's been a interesting month with me in my shed. So that doesn't surprise me in the least. I think I actually turned around to you and said, didn't I, that I knew it was going to be a lot of my mistakes this month. So I do need to order some new blending stumps as well. That's been on the list since payday, so. I was going to say, Rob hasn't actually done anything this month, has he? I've managed that all by myself. Setting fire to things. I've even lost track of what I've done this month, to be honest with you. Ah, well, to give people a good laugh. That to me is all that matters. It's good fun. Exactly, that's what it is. You know, I'm up for the laugh of it. I made an absolute tool of myself this month, but hey, it made people giggle, and if it brings someone who's in a bit of a dark spot, then in my opinion I've succeeded. There's something off with this wheel. I don't know what it is, but I do need to look back at this week. There's something about it that doesn't... There's just something. And Mick22, good evening. So yeah, as you can guess, I didn't get TikTok working. That's something that we need to spend a bit more time looking into, unfortunately. Tonight was just not enough time to try and sort it. So that is for hopefully something to look into this week, and then go from there. So how was this view for you guys anyway? I just want to check. I need to move this one, I don't like it. Good. Like I said, we're very lucky to be in this position that we can sort things like this. You know, we are very thankful. Because it's obviously both the RGJ and here. There's something there, and that might kind of blend in. It is coming up to bonfire night. Yeah, I might do a bonfire night special, you never know. Why the heck not? That doesn't actually make much difference, but I think it gets rid of the shadow. Yeah, the turn that light on. We should get rid of a shadow there as well. The only difficulty I have with this sometimes is obviously I'm looking at it zoomed in, so what details are there and not as big when you zoom out, so I have to be very careful and going off a referencing. I've realised I've never finished the details of these front ones. So, what do you guys think? 'Cause obviously you like seeing the whole process, but I do tend to find that the lives I'm doing like the gradient build up and then the episodes and all the details. Is that something you think, is it working like that, guys? What do you think? Obviously as long as it works, it's I'm making at the moment is I'm just trying to bring this to a point again. I can't comment, you're doing a better job than I could. No, but I still think input, you know, because sometimes, you know yourself, when you look at things for so long, you sometimes lose track. That's why. Pun intended. It went right over my head, to be fair, Bri. I don't know what's been going on with me the last few nights. I've been very restless and barely slept, so I think the last couple of nights I'm going on about 4 hours sleep, is that? But I did get my chocolate from Ireland again, so I'm happy. Good evening, pretty lady, and everyone else. Very good evening, Mav, darling. What do you think of the view, Mav? Not that either. Where on earth did I put that tracing paper? Mav, you creep. A great man once told me that flattery actually will get you everywhere. I just commented on your post, but it's mind-blowing, to be honest. Hey, I'm on your channel, so you get the polite non-innuendo, Mav. Gonna say, it's a bit of a difference here, but I know it's a bit more chill from RTA, but I think that's not a bad thing sometimes. You still get ASMR eating, though. At least you don't lose that. What am I gonna do? So I definitely need to blend these lines. However, I could have been calling the loco the pretty lady she is after all. Ah, so you're taking back what you say to me now, Mav. It's fine, I had another marriage proposal tonight. I don't need you anymore then. Oh, we're slipping. I have got a new tripod coming as well, so at least that one can then stay for individual items as well, which is going to be handier and easier to keep track of. Couldn't ask for more chilled music and some fantastic artistry. That's what I like. I do kind of like the difference, you know, and I think for me myself as well, it's nice sometimes just to chill out with the drawing, and it actually chills me out doing these lives as well, believe it or not. I used to use my finger for blending. I use the combination, but I do like these blending stumps, to be honest. And it saves mucky fingers then. Cotton Buds is another one as well. Saturday and Brian's Waffle, there's going to be fireworks. I sat here servicing the locos ready for while watching. So we just all chill and do little bits. No, Grace, I was just given an alternative, but who would dare to try and take you from me, and apparently succeeded. It was actually so when you get off a ferry, there's a bus, because we only do the foot passenger, that's where you tend to get the deal. And the guy was joking along and saying how he was going to win the lottery. So I actually said, no, that was actually me winning it. And he said, well, I'll win the lottery and then I'll marry you. So I was like, well, my other half's on the bus. And I actually said to him what had happened with our previous patient years ago when he offered me a fur coat and that, and he joked. And he actually wants the car we've now got, so... Well, we don't feel precious to take the... Yeah, just keep it into plate. For what? To take for what, Mav? Oh, the, I think I know what you mean, actually. I get what you... I'm with you. Oh, I don't want 4B there. So, I can't actually do the words here. Because for one, I can't even see them on the picture. So I've got to try and do, like, something to make it look like the words are there. David Michael out. Yeah, the penny drops. It's a slow day, okay? I'm literally probably on about 8 hours sleep in the last 48 hours. Give me some credit. Not been able to chill out lately. So believe it or not, we still need to go darker here. Before I really go with the darkness again, things like your main lines, I'll go up in the next gradient because it is darker, but if I do them in the same, you end up losing what you've drawn. So always do a rough guide to go up in the next gradient and then that. Standard night for me when I do this job. Yeah, I was doing alright, but I know I said to Rob, what was it, before work on Sunday, I said my brain just couldn't switch off, and there's me still looking at the clock at 3:30 in the morning. So and last night wasn't much better either. But hey, these things are sent to dry us. So weirdly this one is a bit blended out, but it's still there. I think I've applied too much pressure. Because now it's too much again. It's finding that fine line, literally. Pardon him a pun. When you're trying to do these things and replicate them. I'll get there eventually. There we go, that's better. I'm just sorting through the 300 pics I took this weekend. Oh, of the planes, Nick. Where do you use to edit? Because Lightroom's a good one. But a lens you'll want to invest in is the 500. That is a lovely lens to use. And then we actually got the P1000 as well. That's another one with cracking zoom, but you've got a P9000 as well. Especially for planes, that might be another good one to look out for. Right, let's get these lines in. Before I go any further. Yeah, there was a big sci-fi convention. Oh, okay. I don't own Lightroom, so I just try to sort out bad pictures. Well, what's a free one you can use? Oh, I'm trying to think of what free one. See, you can get Lightroom free on phones. You just don't get all the features. Okay, I'll look into that, thanks. Yeah, any photography questions, just ask, buddy. Because we do that as well, so... A bit of shadowing under here as well. Still, I spend ages trying to get that one shot that you want and have to wait for them to be developed, but there's very little skill with digital now. The editing, I think it depends what you're doing, Mav, because obviously like our weddings, it's, well, you can hit the auto button, it's, obviously I agree, it's not as much as you used to have to do with the chemicals and things, but... fainter line here. Yes, I think what I'm actually going to have to do, believe it or not, this actually needs to go darker. So I need to get this to about this and then darken that bit. So that's the plan now. Except here's a little bit lighter, so we'll leave that for a minute. Grace, have you done all those lines freehand? If so, no. So the initial trace, darling, was the whole major lines. Obviously, no way was my first trying going to be freehand. Jesus, I don't even do the pets freehand. Well, it's a lot different with the set off. Because obviously with the pet portraits, when I do the trace for it, it's very basic lines. So imagine like this section is the shape of a pet. It's obviously very simple lines, and then you create the shape really with the fur. But because this is more structural, mechanical, I had to be really there with the lines. And obviously things like this window, which will be on the next video, I have sorted. So yeah, I have done that to add the shadow and that now. Obviously you won't see that because that's coming out on the next one. But, you know, I'm filling it in, creating the metal shape, the shadow in, and things like the windows freehand. but all these lines and that are traced. I'm trying to do my best in taking pictures with my 12-year-old camera, so there are not a whole lot of fancy features. Hey Mick, it doesn't matter what camera you've got, you go with what you've got, buddy. But if you ever look at treating yourself, a P1000 for you would probably be a good recommendation, because you need that further away, but get a tripod. With regards to your reply about photography, I was meaning that they're not sat there trying to remember that you only have 24 chances at a time to get a composition. Yeah, and obviously when you're editing, your other issue is obviously if you stuff up on the chemicals, that's it, you've lost it, haven't you? You've got to do a whole new one. Sorry, I'm not speaking English as my language. No worries, Mick. Mic is crackling. Okay. I figured that the layout would have been with a ruler, but the layout like this one, I just saw you do that shows such a steady hand. Yeah, eventually, you never know, but I have got quite a steady hand, but for my first one, no chance. Yeah, so let me try and have a listen to this. I'm wondering what's... Oh, and it's giving me an advert when I don't want that. I want to listen to my own. Just bear with me 2 seconds, guys. Is it still crackling now? I can hear it's like a buzz, isn't it? Again, it could be my phone though. I've got the sound engineer on the case. Never developed a picture myself. My dad used to know, and where he worked was a bus driver. Oh, okay. I appear that I have chosen a bad name. Why is that, buddy? Sorry, they had a dark room. Oh, okay. That would be amazing. Oh, there's the sound engineer.
Yeah, Brian's let me know.
He just said he said the sound engineer's on it.
So what's the issue then?
I don't know, it said there's a bit of crackling. I did listen to it, but I don't know if it's because my phone, so maybe it's sensitive to that as well.
Where is your phone?
Now under my behind.
It's probably still a bit too close. I'm being serious.
And good evening, Chris.
Well, why are you saying it's not me? It's the razor. Where's the issue?
Yeah, but that's a razor as well, isn't it? So maybe it's that one.
Right, not an issue.
Oh, mic 22 and microphone. No, it's okay, darling. I've been calling you Mick rather than Mike, so.
Audio input.
Will it not ruin it on the live? I thought you said these things don't. It appears to have stopped now, so yes, it was the phone then. So clearly the razors are that sensitive that it's sound. Grace is talking out. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of why I said it. So I have moved the phone, so yeah, maybe it is. Mav, exactly. Thank you, Brian. That's Mav in the naughty corner now. It isn't RGJ. Hope you're keeping alright, Chris, by the way. Yeah, and Paul's telling him off. I said behind, you went and changed it to a donkey. Let's do a bit more of this.
I'm going to have a mess about.
Mess about while live?
I'm going to see if it works.
What?
Changing the zoom.
Yep. I just saw it move. So we can adjust the zoom during.
Now, guys, has that zoom changed for you as well? Has it actually zoomed in? And Mav, don't worry too much. It's just about the language. It's just different with RGJ. That's all, buddy. But stuff happens. Don't worry, mate.
It is hard when they're in the habit of talking to us. So
we're trying to encourage. That's class, man.
Yeah,
that is absolute class. What are you after?
It's a bit of creep. Well, he realises that I had another marriage proposal tonight, so.
Oh, it has zoomed.
Well, that's handy to know. But yeah, I do get it is hard to. Obviously, it's habit of how you talk with us, and.
Is it clear zoomed as well, guys? We could do with knowing that, or has it gone blurry at all?
It looks clear there.
Yeah, but you know what YouTube is like.
Oh yeah.
Right, the focus.
I thought you were going to say something else then.
I said focus. Focus and exposure auto. They're all controlled in OBS, so you can't change those. Yes, very clear. Thank you very much. Right, do you want to leave it on that, or do you want it back out a bit?
Well, if you keep that there, I can do it myself, can't I?
I'll leave it there because that's still fairly zoomed in.
How do I get to it if I do want to zoom?
Just don't. You can't even run a live stream without breaking things, Grace. Please,
No, I was just
please don't mess with the
impatient.
settings.
I know I was impatient. I admitted that.
Only occasionally flickers out of focus. I imagine when Grace has got the pencil in view, the focus will change as well.
I think it's actually possibly when I'm moving the table, the extension. It's the camera, I think itself, because it's bumped, and then it's like there. I think it just bumped where I'd put my hand down from moving it up. So yeah, that's the interesting thing with these Razer mics, and apparently on both they're that sensitive that they pick up the phones. Yes, Mav, you creep. Only occasionally flickers out of focus, it does. I used to sketching, I used to like using grey paper and charcoal. Oh yeah, I'd love to maybe do charcoal one day, but at the moment it would just be too messy. I wouldn't trust myself just there. As well.
Oh, sugar, yeah.
What?
What Mav's just said.
What?
The wheel right below you. All the other wheels are on the line.
Yeah, this is what I need to sort out. I think I just said to him earlier that there's something about that wheel that I'm not happy with. So... But I think I tried to sort it out before, but it was the shape of it looked odd. I think it was, because you look there at the drawing, that itself is over a wheel, more so than the others. So I think it's just me, when I've drawn it, it's not the right angle. But it's trying to sort it to an angle now that looks... that actually works. That's the issue. It could even be on the initial trace I've accidentally moved it or something, and that's why it's slightly skew-if. Now it looks a bit pointy. That's the issue I'm getting. But I've definitely learned some things doing this. Oh, I know, zoomed in. I think that either the local
that's
is...
the wheel
Oh, sorry. Chris at a slate ball when you're at school, so... Well, I think it's all of them need to be a bit more in, I think. I think that's what it is, that I've done them too, so there it's only slightly and there.
Yeah,
And up here it's non-existent.
no, they're all right. It's the big. It's that one that's outside the rail.
Yeah. But you can see my difficulty in trying to shape it. Otherwise it just doesn't look right.
Too big.
Sorry.
You've drawn it too big.
Well, it's for trace. I've done, like I said, if you look at that one as well, it's slightly over as well. I just don't know if that looks too odd now or not. I use very large sheets of paper so I could draw big. Right, thank you. Also, school runs. The circle will always be visible. Yeah, this is the one thing as well. Like here, you can see it more clearly now, because I'd asked Stephen what way he wanted it, and tracing paper, you flip it. Obviously, I had to indent the paper. What I didn't plan for was there's obviously a lot of smoothing over rather than block of colour, and that's what I didn't plan for. So again, that's something that I've learned that in future I've got to factor that in for the tracing paper. I've seen some beautiful hyper-realistic paintings of Airstream American trailers and the like. Our boss actually thought of us the other day and showed us a video from America of a long massive one going through.
That was cool.
It was. Obviously Rob's made no secret that he does like American locos, and possibly when we go and engage it will be an American layout, but we need to kind of do this one and then do one that's justice. But so yeah, these indents have caused a little problem, but again, Stephen knew that this was my first time doing it, and it's not perfect, but like the pets, I think as I've done more and more, you know, I have improved. I look at how I do the pet ones now, and each one you can see the differences. That's a bit better. So still I'm only in 2B at this point, believe it or not.
Your tripod will be arriving tomorrow as well, won't it?
Yeah, I said that to them as well, that at least then each one will be in its own place.
Yeah, there's one.
Okay, try and think of it in real life. The wheels are not quite as wide as the rail, but it will be sitting on top of it in all cases. It won't necessarily reach the outside edge. Yeah, I think that again, like I said, was my tracing up, Mav. But the issue is, because I've made the mistake now, it kind of looks odd, and like here even the shape, just something's not right. But like I said, live and learn, and if I beat myself out about it too much, I don't think I'd get on with it that well. But like I said, lesson learned, and there is definitely things that I will do differently. But we all started somewhere. I never, this time last year, expected that I would be doing something like this. It's definitely been a challenge and definitely been fun. But yeah, next time I've got that knowledge to, I suppose, sort it out. And the confidence as well. Because I'd never done this before, it was very much follow the trace to a T. Where certain things, when you've noticed me drawing, I've actually rubbed it out and changed it slightly. So like here, the windows, I think when I've done that, I've slightly changed it to make it look right as it should. And these windows over here that you can't see, no, you can, the ones in the carriages, I obviously have changed those from what was drawn, so it's definitely a learning process, that's for sure. And you're probably sick of me going on, but hey ho, I like to test your guys' patience. So hopefully there though you can see the contrasting difference. And okay, yeah, I did some myself now at college with Pantone marker stenciling and lighter fluids as a solvent. Oh, okay. I used the pencil sketch with HB for my first sketch, then 227B for blocking in and shading. So yeah, at the moment majority I'm going up to is 4B, Chris, so this is still only 2B. That will probably go to 4B. I've only gone up to like the 6 or 7. I've not even done 8 yet at the real black part. So the undercarriage, I think I'm at 7. Up top here, I think I'm at the 6. But I'm obviously trying to build it up slowly so I don't stuff up and go too soon, too fast, if that makes sense. Because that is something I did on Megan, Rob's dog one that I was doing. I did block it a bit quick, but again, it's a process that you do it all. So again, here you can see the indent line to what I've actually drawn in as well. So this is where it has caused slight issues. Maybe it is just my skill level. From far away, I think it looks alright. Don't talk to me about lighter fluid. Yeah, let's not me try a new medium and involve lighter fluid, because we know what will happen. As I'm sure the monthly waffle will, at least I didn't do it twice. Well, I suppose I did twice in one go. I can't be the only one who set things on fire, surely. So I actually wasn't concentrating and have pushed down a bit harder on that one. So I might have to lighten that up. There again, it was hot glue that started it. Yeah, true. Burr. And Richard, hi darling, I thought you weren't going to make it, so it's lovely to see you. Nav with a fire engine. So those that might be watching that don't know, on our RGJ, I actually managed to set fire. I was trying to clean out the glue, and typical, the glue got caught by the fire, went onto the tissue. Obviously what happens when lighter fluid gets flames. It didn't go up too bad, but the laugh of it was as I turned around and said that it didn't happen, the thing relit. as if to say, oh yes you did. A bit like a pantomime there, really. I'll get the big gun out. Managed to catch you on another site. Ah, yeah, well, I know it is Monday, and obviously there is a certain train live, but I suppose this, in a way, yes, it's a train I'm drawing, but it's not really specifically trained, so to me, I kind of look at it like, well, it's a different thing. You know, it's a different atmosphere and everything. It's not exactly like RGJ, so, and like I said, with patrons and members tomorrow, I don't really want to do two different types of streams, especially because they're so different in how you feel with them. So, Money Mark and Lisa, hi guys. I stopped using Pantone Light Flow method when I start using Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop for rendering visuals for 3D designs. The drawing's much easier. And Bill and Jack, hi guys, how are you? I live in Central California, it's lovely here, 33 to 34. Oh, it's gone very cold here. We're probably about maybe 11 degrees outside. Love the loco, Bill and Janet. So love to you guys both, and it's lovely to see you on a live. This is amazing, Grace. Thank you, Richard, darling. Like I said, there is things that if I do another train drawing, I will do differently. I have learned mistakes have been made and things like that. And especially now, you'll be able to see things like these indents, and I just cannot get rid of them. But you know, I never made out that when Stephen commissioned me, I said, are you sure? Because I have never done anything like this. Oh yes, there they are, and they're behind you. Sorry, Grace meant to say I was on another YouTube chat. Yeah, it's alright, I got what you meant, Richard. Like I said, I know Mondays is obviously a train live. It's not one we watch, but I know we used to do members and patrons on a... No, I think we debated it, but obviously this isn't a train channel, so... You know, and that's not just the audience. That's why I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. And with the patrons ones tomorrow and that, I just... Like I said, I don't want to stream two different things. Because it's different atmospheres. And I've got to switch my brain onto something different, so... Where tomorrow is in my shed trying to get this WWS competition thing sorted. Which I still haven't done. Really struggling with that gap between the people and the gorse bushes, to be honest with you. Really bugging me what to do. Oh, hello. Jump me. That's the only other thing when you blend as well, is you do lose your lines slightly. I've got to add them back in periodically. So yeah, this is darker, so I'm actually going to bring this to 4B now. Because believe it or not, that's what it is. But I might go here with a HB now to bring it to this kind of colour. To work on doing that, because I've done none of this bit yet. I am going to leave the top for the detail part of, you know, for the actual drawing. I am going to leave that bit for now for the video. But I can do all the shading of this. But things like that for me is what I consider the detail part. So, but the panel shouldn't be a problem, because even these need to come down. Again, just using that excess graphite, and there is where it can go wrong. But all these are far too bright as well. They need to be like this kind of grey, and that needs to be that-ish. Until I've done it though, I don't actually know. Just trying to get it so you guys can see it. Whether moving it away or there works better. Zoomed it in and then don't let me get it zoomed out. So just bear with, I'm obviously trying to... You just get to look at Darth Vader. That's all Rob can see now. I'm trying to do it at a view that shows it. Because the weird thing as well with this picture I found, guys, is depending what angle I'm taking the picture of, is how it looks. It's weird that I don't know if that means that I've done it well or not, but it does actually look different from different angles you're viewing it on. It's weird. So like I said, I don't know if I've actually managed to do this right. It's like here, this still bugs me. That's not right. There we go. so I don't use it. Actually, no, that needs to go darker here. Wish we could see all of you in person, but long-term travel is hard for Janet from California. Yeah, we know, Bill. It would be lovely to see you one of these days. You never know what the future holds. But yeah, it is a shame. Maybe we could do a video chat at some point if you could manage it. I know technology's not your best friend. But yeah, what do you think, guys? I find the different angle I look at this, it actually works whatever angle I'm looking at, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't show it as well here, but right, put full be white grace. Mental note to myself, because I have done that before. I have grabbed the wrong pencil many a time. So this needs to come in a bit, actually. Lighten it up a touch. Taking over, thanks. Time is dragging. Thanks, Mav. That makes me feel good. Time's dragging. So I think I actually started before bringing this down a bit. I just got focused on other bits, which is normal for me, as we all well know. But the important thing now is to clean my blending stump. So my way of doing that is actually just using these sandpaper. Because if I don't, I will go to use it and it'll make it darker than I want. But it comes in handy when you need just that little bit. So pluses and minuses to these things. I need to make that. I've got to reshape it. I do this every time. So there we go. That's that end compared to the blending stump that I have used. It's just as simple as doing it on here. Again, I can do this in my pencil drawing thing, or I can do one on blending stumps. but I like to keep one end. This is what I like about these ones compared to the, so these are made that you just pull it apart basically and get the layer off. But the reason I like these double-ended ones is you can keep that excess graphite on one of them. So I do find the double-ended ones handy. Started a week's leave this week, first day, and we spent it in the train room. Nice. Yeah, we weren't in the train room today. I've just gone and went to use the wrong end. Oh, pardon me. On a week's leave too, money replacing electrifying my teen table on the layout. So we obviously did have a couple of weeks where we weren't working on Wednesday, but it went too quick. But I said to Rob, I think I kind of lose that weekend feeling now. I think because, you know, because we're off like Mondays and Tuesdays and everyone else is at work, it doesn't feel like a weekend because everyone else is busy and on the go and we're not. I said to him, to me, it just feels a bit weird now. It doesn't feel like we have like a weekend or proper time off. It's funny what spending most of your life in you're at school and you have weekends off. It's something that's habit and from very young, isn't it? Before I lose it, I do need to go down with all these lines. I think I'm going to do that first. Very good, Chris. What turntable we're using? Sorry, Grace, but to be honest, watching you do this, I'm glad that the time is dragging. You're creeping well tonight, Mav. We've completely moved the layout around 180 degrees. Jeez. That's the problem when you have time off. You look at the layout and that's when you make big changes. I just have to keep muting you on work phone rings as always. Yeah, but at least with this live, you don't really miss as much, I suppose. And RGJ, it's a lot more talking, isn't it? So, I know I talk anyway, but if it makes sense what I mean. Just had buffering. Did anyone else see that? Oh, please still let me know, guys. Yeah, me too. A few times now. Oh. Unless our internet is not being friends with us tonight. Moment Bright's in 3 pieces. I'll be honest, when we tried to set the TikTok up, it did a internet speed test and it was very all over the place. But I think the problem is they're trying to put all these fibre lines in everywhere. So I think that is causing issues. And I've been up a road this week again, so it would not surprise me. We're having trouble hearing you at times and we love to hear you. Anybody else having any sound issues? Unless it is just the internet here, I don't know. Unless the music is too loud as well, that could be another thing. So please do let me know, guys. Is a U-shaped layout, and doing that means we can have a fourth side. Oh, okay. Sound and vision fine. Buffering a bit again, maybe it's YouTube. And Bill and Janet, guys, it could be with you guys in America, I don't know. It seems lately, even on RGJ, we've had it's the Americans that have had a lot of issues actually thinking about it. I need a slight curve. So these lines I'm drawing aren't actually straight. A bit buffering, whether maybe, yeah. The Keo mic is not as good as the Siren. I could always switch it around, see if that makes a difference. My layout is on furniture cuts so I can shift it around the room. And that's the other thing I know, when I do start concentrating, I tend to go a bit quieter as well. So that probably plays a part. So yeah, like I said, I'm drawing these with a slight curve to them. Not that one's dead straight, but that's, I think I need to go with that a bit, but I am trying to add that 3D shape in, and it can be quite hard. Oh, I didn't do that one. There we go. So hopefully we've not lost our shape on that either. Rob, are you sabotaging Grace's stream to make her think that she keeps breaking it? We heard you accuse her of that earlier. Sound okay? Grace might be a bit low. As I said, I think when I start drawing, I know I go a bit quieter. Where I am concentrating, probably. It's not intentional though. But, you know, when you start thinking about it, that's when I've gone, oh yeah, I am a bit. I kind of start mumbling almost. Good night, Brian, darling. Ah, Alan. Good evening, sweetheart. Looks like I want a ticket to go to Gatsby the Monday. Club your feet. Oh, nice one, buddy. Careful, Paul. If you count too much, you don't need to take your socks or shoes off. Don't forget, you can only count up to 20.5. See you, Brian. You left me holding my baby, Mav. Oh, I do like that. There was a trend last year as well with like this Norwegian, and it was like, show me the baby. We have to do that with Mav at Crew next year. this is actually one of the less prominent ones, and it's ended up being the most prominent one. Go figure. So hopefully you guys can see the difference between these panels as I'm adding that more for HB, because that was initially What do you think of the view with this camera, Alan, by the way? Though I still think with the light it makes it look, until I've added the smoke there, it does look a bit like you've gone and photoshopped it out. Oh. When is that coming off? Okay, I didn't realise I could do that with these ones. Just bear with me, guys, just sorting out this blending stump. It shouldn't have done that. Ah, well. So even though it's only 2B, it still takes quite a lot of graphite off, surprisingly. Goo gaga expletive. Now, man, be a good boy. Well, it's out tomorrow night on the members and patrons. And that one you can really, because like we say, that one isn't open to public either. We go in 3 different stages with it really, don't we? You've got my portraits where we've all got to behave, and then you've got RTJ normal that the occasional slip up happens, and then it all goes to all goes bonkers on the members and patrons one, doesn't it? Drawing smoke is always fun. I know. I actually loved doing that, but it's still not finished. I was going to have this all smoke, but the issue is, again, with indents, I stuffed up. So it's trying to get the fine line of, like here, trying to get the graphite in the lines to sort them out without showing that. So if I can get rid of the indents somehow, then that will be smoky as well. But like I said, stuff up. The trainer's getting some nice contrast now. Very nice drawing indeed. Camera is clear too. So yes, this is the new one. It's Bakir, so the same brand as the mic actually, which is why we had a little bit of buzzing. They're obviously very sensitive microphones, but yeah, I'm so impressed with it. It really shows you got, and it zooms in well as well, as long as it doesn't go up in smoke. Oh, I don't know, the big bit up here I'm really looking forward to. I really am. Grace phone. Huh? My phone, it's all the way behind me. What's up? Do you mean I need my phone, or the phone's there? a bit confused, buddy. I feel like this plate isn't straight either. It doesn't go with... I think it needs to be a bit... Two secs, guys. Oh, stop.
Internet's gone.
Huh?
Kind of talking to yourself.
Oh, because the comments were coming through, so... But yeah, the Apple Music is playing.
I'm just going to have a look at it. Need to get connected to the Wi-Fi first.
Crackling on my mic.
Where's your phone?
So yeah, it's still over there. Rob has just brought his closer. And good evening, Jason. So are we live?
It went off.
People said there was a few ring of deaths. So maybe, when's the last time the internet was reset? Is it due another full-on reset?
You can do the switch in the morning. That's not an issue. That'll reset all the Alexas and everything.
And thank you to my lurker who messaged me as well. I think audio, as I said, I think our internet is playing up a bit, but also
That mic is crap.
Yes.
Shall I worded that.
Yes.
That mic is rubbish.
You now get a spank on the behind.
Oh, please.
Shall I do you and mouth at the same time? I'll just change it to that one. I just might flip otherwise. So we're going to flip back to the other mic, guys. Hopefully that'll be a bit better, but please do let me know.
Apart from the fact that you've now hidden it with the iPad.
Yeah, but it should still pick it up. In fact, I might move it a bit away, because the issue is as well is the sound of the music. So that might need to go down. Not that I can barely hear it, but... Well, I think YouTube icons like me, the one of a mother holding a baby in a purple jumper. I wonder who will be doing the feeds in the crew. I know who will be doing the nappy changes. Well, it won't be me.
Pressure wash him.
It's a Craig Grace, we can always hear what you were saying. Spanks all round, says Jason. Hey, you ain't spanking me, Jace. You can go to the other. Yeah, I'm turning it. See, it's for habit, isn't it? Even I'm doing it, so I know when we tell people off, it's...
Yeah, sorry. It's just trying to rein it in, that's all.
No, I started it, didn't I? It is a habit.
I'm not trying to be grumpy or anything like that, but yours is supposed to be cleaner, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you do have different clientele.
But no, wait till tomorrow's live.
That Kia mic, I'm not impressed with at all.
The one on the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why they've probably bought out the mic as an additional. And also, in terms of selling, why would they make the mic on their webcam as good as a separate mic? Why would they make the mic on there as good as the mics that they sell separately? Is that kind of why? Sounds like not perfect to me. Hi, Mark.
What I don't get though is why, when it's very simple to introduce magnetic interference modules in it.
Yeah, that did surprise me, considering...
You know your laptop leads?
Yeah.
You ever seen that small lump?
Yes.
That's a magnet, and it stops interference.
Weird. It's when you find out they bring a new one this year or something.
Yeah, Jason, I was listening to this upstairs, mate, and the mic on the Keo isn't as good as the actual Razer standalone. But what we've done tonight, because obviously now we've got the 3 webcams. Grace wanted this one for her photography, and obviously Jimbo made a donation last week.
I did tell you at the time, you've obviously forgotten, but
It does mean that one of the rubbish 270 mics can now go on to the
sorry,
track.
Jimbo.
Sorry, I don't.
It's been a long day, isn't it? But
Yeah, it's to do with the power it needs. They're running off USB 3 connections.
I think that's going to need to go even darker. Looking at the reference image, I think it will. So obviously, I'm now looking at this, guys. This does need. I'm going to put this at 4B. But I think this needs to go even darker, and this is why I do it gradually. I think that's going to have to go to 4. Because that's the same as the 2. That might help things out. Or possibly 6 very lightly, 4 and 2. But again, you can get the same effect. You know, what this was and what it is now is actually using the same gradient pencil. So...
Yes, mate.
So yeah, it's crazy that it could just be I need to add a bit more power. But like I said, I'm going to leave this top for the video. Because that's the more detail-y bits that I want to include. But that needs to go darker now to reflect what I've done there. Because it all matches up, so...
Okay. It's...
Again, you can do so much with one gradient of pencil. It just makes the process even longer, so...
I've just turned it up. Well, I've done the... Sorry, guys, I'm talking to Jason at the moment. Yeah,
Oh, and you didn't actually see that bit.
I've deleted everything tonight because obviously I've got 3. What I was going to say on there, and they can hear me now talking as well, is now there's 3 webcams. Grace has got this Keo purely for her portraits and like when she's doing her figures and stuff like that. It's just better to zoom in. Yeah, sorry, just talking to Grace. Yeah, one of the 270s will now, well, I'll find a place on the, well, I know where it's going to go on the track. Yes, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to 3D print those containers. And then that one will stay there. And then obviously we've got the other 720, the base main camera. And then Grace's Keo will be used for the portraits and the finer stuff. You know, so because the thing is, everybody's watching it paint these figures and everything else, but it's not really showing anything. So at least with this, I know it's a digital zoom. It's not an optical zoom. It's a digital zoom, but it does get a bit closer.
They call it artistic license for a reason. Personally, I see nothing with it, but I'm not looking at original, which I know is a lot darker, but medium is different. So yeah, I am going to do a comparison again, and that's what's been showing me. So if while Rob's here, we can zoom out, maybe see if we can see it both.
Yeah.
just quick zoom out, see if I can show you both. And kind of show you there is so much more to go. But I would rather do it slowly than...
Well, the only thing I can think of doing with that is
Let's get this sorted again now.
get things set up and then just turn off the autofocus once it's locked into place.
Now I've got to zoom in again. How does it do it?
Doing what?
Zooming back in.
Yeah, I've got it.
What's that little bar at the bottom? Oh, properties.
Where do you want it, Grace?
A little bit back. There we go. Too far. There we go. Just yeah, that's all right. I think. Ta.
Can you type razor in for me, please?
God, he doesn't want much, does he, guys?
Oh no, you can't. Yes, I just said that word.
You did.
I did.
Thank you, dear.
You can't mess about with it, no, because it's the usual thing, isn't it? It's your camera's in use by another program.
Well, you're getting out of trouble tonight, man. That's for sure. Because somebody's putting himself right in it.
But what we're trying to do is we've just downloaded some more software tonight because obviously we've been on the ferry today, blooming tired. So she can stream to TikTok at the same time. Because you've got, what, over 1,000 followers on there, haven't you?
1,100 now, actually. Because I've started posting again.
On there and has what worked?
So I'm just going to add that darker gradient in.
I haven't finished setting it up. My brain's not in gear enough. And I'm also having my brain injury issues. My whole right side's gone today. I've been walking with a limp, and my right arm's gone completely. Yeah. I'm absolutely fine, mate. I've had it for over 30 years now, so I don't let it bother me. Getting old, you see.
I'm sure Matt will agree.
All right, mate. You take care. Love to Rachel. Okay. Bye.
I'll bring that back out. So even though we are getting darker slightly, it's hard to tell with a different light on a picture. So what I'll do is I'll do my usual where I post a picture and put it on communities, and then post on the social media with the picture underneath it.
What's it like without this top ring light?
Not enough for me.
Just turn it off just for a sec.
I did try it. I just don't want to be near this mic connection as well. It's fine without, but for me...
it's gone blue though, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's not the end of the world though, but it's not quite enough. Glares at Mathers. It slips off. Right, I might have missed comments. Roll on the specialist, I might go to hear she's interacting with Jess. Onwards and upwards, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're seeing him on Wednesday. Sarah had to play with Jess as he was being a naughty boy, and I was getting cross with him. If anything, I reckon the coaches need darkening, but I think the local is fine as it is. So yes, the coaches do need darkening. They are going to this, but the reason I've not done it yet, I could do it with this one, but I obviously haven't sorted the detailing out on here yet. So that's why I haven't. Like I said, I'm trying to do lives over what I've already done detail-wise, because I don't know if gradient stuff is really that interesting for the videos. So that's why I thought do gradient and little bits on the lives, and then the real detail bits for the videos. We're missing timber tonight, aren't we? Actually, that's someone who's not in. The original looks quite blue. So yeah, that's off the ring light on the camera. But yeah, I do think that extra light source makes the difference. Because the reason this needs to be darker than this as well. I find these pencils are a pain sometimes of giving you the colour. Or graphite off it. Sorry. Yeah, okay. I might a bit anyway. My chest is hurting.
Probably about £650 for service, apparently.
That's not bad. Looks stunning, Grace. Thank you, Jace. I can't remember what the original looks like, but you'll do it. So I will post it on all the social medias and the communities tab tomorrow, just for those that have missed it to see it. But also as a chance to show you, compared to the picture, you know, kind of like what I see.
Oh, shut it.
What?
OBS Studio disconnected.
Oh, reconnection successful. Maybe we had a ring of death there. Is it maybe OBS playing up tonight then?
Could be.
So we might have figured it out, guys. Rob's just noticed OBS come up as disconnected, which obviously I wouldn't have seen because I'm heads in this.
Oh, Mav's getting all clever now.
Oh.
Jason said, is that white pencil a smudger or a razor? And Mav's just turned around, a blender, Jason.
Ew.
Mav's paying attention.
But do you know the other name for them, Mav? There is also another name for them.
Also looking at it, the tender is darker than the loco, so yes, probably loco does need to be darkened to match. Which is a fair cut. Yes, there is quite a difference between the two.
Oh yeah, I've still got a long way to go. Jeez, this is what I say. It's a long process. But if I didn't build it up, that's where I'd go wrong, and I don't think it would look as smooth.
I've seen loads of videos about Chris Christopherson.
Oh yeah. So this door is dark. So I think I'm going to shut this off about 1:15, guys, because that's the 2 hours. Because I started about 8:15, and I am getting tired. I'm already tired anyway with the last couple of nights sleep, but obviously when you start feeling like that is really when you should come away from it.
A 73-year-old Japanese artisan crafting model trains for decades. Oh my god.
Also looking at the, yeah, you read that 10 points. Mav go to the top of a class. This is definitely ASMR material. So I have had ASMR eating chocolate as well tonight, which we haven't had for a while, so. So we're a bit nice there. Yeah, I think that's why people do watch it, is for brush strokes and things. Sorry, can't say on this stream, but no, I don't know. I was just recalling the convo we had here on it earlier. It shows he's listening. I'm no artist and haven't got a clue, so I don't know what I'm talking about anyway, but it's coming along nicely. Thank you, Mark. No, it's important to have the original, though, because that is what shows you the difference. And if you check out the community's post tomorrow, you will see what I mean about, and that's how I noticed the difference. But obviously you're looking at it as just the train itself, not compared to the original. I don't even know what temperature is out there tonight, but it does feel cold. Definitely in the mornings I felt it as well. This is where I actually wish I had an even smaller blending stump, to be honest. Do this small section, hopefully it'll show up to you guys when I take a picture of what I mean. Rob, you get the couch tonight, then Grace needs a sleep. No, I've just not been shutting off. I really haven't been, Mav. What paper are you using, Grace? It does take some punishment. So this, what I'm using, funny enough while I've got it there, is the Strathmore Bristol and the smooth surface. So I do have the textured surface as well, but I've just found I kind of like both, but then I found for the blending this is a much better paper, where the textured one, that was another mistake and something I learned. Obviously when I go colour, I don't know if the texture paper is going to be better, but I can send you a link for it, Alan, if you want, darling. Saw that video last week and I'm stunned by massive soldering iron tip. I'm guessing that's a video Rob has shared, because I don't have a clue. So in this instance it's actually been handy having those indent lines, because it has given me the shadows I want and need, but I need to bring it a bit closer as well. So we are almost at the end anyway. Tomorrow is about trying to get this WWS finished, or Elise said it I might need to finish on Thursday. I'm just really stuck on what to put in that middle. It is bugging me a bit. 4 be at the same point. Like I said, hopefully this will show you guys in the picture. I think I might need a bit more pressure with it anyway. David, I was drawing detail warships when I was younger. Always satisfying when it looks right. Exactly. It's getting it right though, isn't it? It's like the wheels. I'm still not 100% with, but I'm a lot happier than I was. But I don't want to do too much and muck it up. The moment you feel going exactly how you want and you're feeling tired, it's definitely time to stop before. Exactly, Jace. This bit isn't too bad because it is literally just the blending, but I definitely, tonight's not a night I'd be doing detailing. I think the last few nights I've had about 8 hours in total between them. And that was working Sunday as well, and I did struggle a bit. Obviously this will have to come darker as well. That's supposed to be black, that. I've just never fully filled it in. If I do this section here, like I said, hopefully we'll give you guys an idea of what I'm trying to achieve. And I will call it a night because it is 1:15 now, so I think I am going to start shutting it down now. I thank you all for joining me. Obviously, depends on another week. If it gets to a point, you know, I'm just sitting here, then I might go live at times, but there is no plans to do another live this week. And obviously, patrons and members for those part of RGJ as well tomorrow. I just want to get this area done again, just to show you what I mean and the difference. I need to get that 6B for that. Things like this. Appreciate the delightful stream. Thank you guys. Like I said, I'm just trying to get this so you see what I mean, even if it's just this bit here. You've obviously seen the process to know how I get from that to that. Right, actually white. And that needs to be a lot darker actually. So there is a bit more work on that actually, so I'm just going to leave that for tonight, otherwise I won't stop. I'm obviously at a stage where it's like, yeah, working, but I am going to call it a night, and then we'll post a picture on the community. I tend to do it the next day just because of the time and algorithm and all that, so catch it tomorrow. Obviously, for those of you that are on different social medias, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and there's always the community tab. I'm not going to get anything like Twitter, and I'm never going to call it X either. It's always Twitter. Thank you for another enjoyable night's stream. The shadow and shading is amazingly effective. So those mods, I'll put it on there for you guys to see. Jason, don't you just love how this pair can give us something of everything with their streams? The lives are fun, members' lives are even better. I can come here to relax and chill. So yeah, tomorrow it's all gonna, hell's gonna break loose, isn't it? Because not being open for everyone, it can go a bit more mental, can't it? I know that's one of the first things Brian said about this live. Is it a nice chill and relax? So yeah, I'm gonna call it a night, guys. See if I can bring it out soon. Oh, there we go. So that just gives you a bit more. As I said, the front end still needs work. It's all a process, and it is going to continue to be one. It's just one of those things. So there you can actually see a bit of a shine, and that's why it will get a spray after. Let's try and move that away from the logo now. So night everyone, and those members and patrons, we will catch you tomorrow. RGJ lot on who aren't, we'll catch you on Saturday, and then I will probably be back to Tuesday next week for this one. So thank you all and good night. I'm just gonna gas bag for 30 seconds or so just to let it catch up, because I know we've got a few in America watching. Bye 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 bye. Bye Alan darling. Right, so I'm going to turn it off now, guys. Thanks all. Night night.